Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you a YouTube video stock analysis on advanced micro devices, symbol AMD. I'm sure you're acquainted with this stock. It's a very popular tech stock, day traded stock even. I did record this video, by the way, on Friday, August 12th, 2022. Quick snapshot of the fundamentals courtesy of Yahoo Finance. Certainly large cap. You can freeze frame over this if you want to take a look at these particulars. But I'm going to scroll over to the chart. These are all weekly bar charts. Same chart, really, just opened up and opened up later in this video. You can see here, this goes back, some 7-8 years or so, and there's a rough head and shoulders process. Typically bearish. I mean, this stock has already fallen over 50% from the highs of late last year, and so I don't see this continuing. But we do have a head and shoulders process. There is a neckline, if you will, in the very low 70s. About 2 years of lows here. 73.85, the September 2020 low. Then you've got that pullback low of 72.5 of March of 2021. And then the recent low. And so that is sort of the neckline. I don't anticipate that neckline being violated, but we may fall back to it. There is a channel top right now, clearly defined textbook descending channel top that this week is at 102.75. This formation is dropping $1.21 a week. And so you can monitor the exact location of this meaningful overhead resistance, price ceiling that can contain buying, say, through September. And from here, we can fall back into low 70s over the next, as soon as possibly 3 to 5 weeks. That could be in, 2 months, depending, of course. I don't have a sell signal per se, but we are trading below this price ceiling. And we would have a buy signal if we settled above it. But for the sake of this illustration, I'm just going to say that holding below 102.75 does allow a return to the low 70s over the next couple of months or sooner. I think one of the downside sell signals in terms of underscoring that likelihood would be a settlement. I don't see it happening this week because I am recording this on Friday, last day of the week, and we are well above this point right now. But 93.96, if we were to close below the low of the high over the last couple of weeks, 93.96, even on a daily basis, even a daily settlement, say next week, below 93.96 would be the beginning, I think, of a sign that, yes, indeed, this market can fall back into the low 70s. So you could play that. If you are bearish AMD for your own reasons, and you want to play the short side, you could consider buying, say, 72 or 73 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of months. I might go 3 months out. You're going to pay a little bit more for those, but you're going to be more immune to theta or time decay on the way down. But that would be sort of your call. Certainly, if you're an experienced options trader, you can make that call yourself. If we close below 93.96, even more the reason to consider that strategy. But right now, we're testing this 102.75 channel top, and we may well close above it. We do have buy signals in the indexes, in the SPY, in the Q, the XLF. I could go on, and I would invite you to take a look at wickedstocks.com and get that premium membership. You'd get 2 individual stock picks a week like this that never end up on YouTube. You get the daily S&P, the daily SPY rather, the daily Triple Q report, the weekly S&P, the weekly NASDAQ 100, and we get a weekly U.S. Treasury ETF. All of that in our premium package that you get delivered to you on a continuum. Anyway, back to this analysis. If we do close above this channel top, and it is possible, there's still enough time left today for that to occur. I am recording this on Friday, August 12th. And so if we finish the day, that is the week itself, above this 102.75 channel top, and with regard to longer term line studies that go back at least several months, I do like to follow the 1% violation. So yes, if we close above 102.75, if we close, say, at 102.90 or 103.20, that is an actionable buy signal. But in terms of what I like to call it, technical clarity, buy signal reliability is enhanced if we close above the 102.75 formation by a 1% margin. And this week, it's 103.77. So if we happen to rally into the close today and settle in the AMD at 103.77 or higher, we have a clear-cut buy signal that I think should yield gains of roughly 20%, a little less actually, over the next, this could be within 2 to 3 weeks. I don't think it'll take any more than, say, 3 to 5 weeks. But I think 2 to 3 weeks we could reach 121.02 or that descending extreme channel top. And I consider this to be more of the key longer term resistance. And by longer term, I mean the 102.75 formation can contain buying through September, and we could fall off from there. So we could say monthly buying pressures. The 121.02 channel top, I'm going to say, can contain quarterly buying pressures. In other words, if we were to rally up to that area over the next few weeks after closing above 102.75 by the 1% margin, the 121.02 channel top could contain buying into possibly through the fourth quarter. And from there, we just might fall back into the low 70s. You know, I would say this much. If we get the buy signal above 102.75, we get the 2 to 3 week pop up to 121.02, then we could fall off of 121.02 and back to the 102 formation, and we could trade inside that band, that channel band between 102.75 and 121.02 for a number of weeks, perhaps for a month or two. It would be the settlement above 121.02 that would tell me that this bear market is over, and we should at the very least rally back to that 164.45 high from last November within a matter of 2 to 3 months or so. And I think even then some. I would not necessarily envision a double top at 164.65. There are other things going on in the 180s right now that I'm not even going to show because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I do know that if we do reach that 121.02 channel top, I will update the AMD. I'm not sure whether it'll end up on YouTube or not. It may well, but I will be updating this analysis if we get that pop to the upside. And once again, that would be expected if we close this week above the 102.75 formation. It's dropping 121 a week. So next week, it'll be at 101.54, right? You can do this math all the way into later year, or at least through September. So you can determine the exact location of this price ceiling. And if we continue closing below it, this market can fall back. In fact, that is the path of least resistance, is downside from here. And I gave you that, that sell signal just a moment ago. And inversely upside if we close above the 102.75 formation, and it is dropping every week. By a 1% margin I like to use, but if you don't want to use that, if it's just a mere settlement above the 102.75 formation, that is in itself a buy signal. It's just the reliability is 1%, then expecting 121.02 within a matter of weeks. And by that point, I think we will have updated you on AMD, at least the wickedstocks.com area. That is all I've got. That's all I got to say here for, actually, if you're still with me, I'm just seeing this right now. There is, in correlation with the 121.02 channel top, a 50% upside retracement off the extremes from that November high of last year against the more recent July low. So there's a lot going on there in the upper 110s, low 120s. And so more reason to consider that as a respectable area to sell into, and if settled above, longer term buy signal that should play out through the rest of the year. That is all I've got, actually, for this particular AMD video analysis. Buy wickedstocks.com. Go to wickedstocks.com. Check us out. We'll be back very soon. We're trying to put out daily material now on YouTube, so keep visiting. Click like, click subscribe. It helps us out a great deal. You have a great day.